Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you're doing well. And man, I'm just really excited. You know, nothing gets me going better than talking about canine communication, canine cognition, how dogs learn what they learn and how they process that information about basic instinct, biologically prepared learning, you name it. Anything in those realms really gets me excited because why? Over the years, I have found that when I know this information, it makes training my dogs and anyone else's dogs so much easier when you can explain, why does my dog do that? Not only do you understand the underlying mechanism, so now you can modify that behavior and do it in a way that makes sense to both you and the dog, but also you learn a great amount of grace and patience because you get it. Okay, so continuing on this week with canine cognition. Cognition, the mental transformation of sensory input into knowledge about the environment and the flexible application of that knowledge. So what do we do with that knowledge? Thank goodness nature gave us all, every species, the ability to flexibly deal with the eco-niche, to deal with that knowledge. And dogs have come up with a lot of ways. And also, because they fall under the group living animals, they developed what's called social learning. Now, yesterday we learned about latent learning, meaning, hey, good to know. In other words, you may learn something by doing an event or going somewhere, performing some sort of action, but you don't get immediate reward. But you store that away and just go, yeah, have to remember that in case I come upon that again, or in case I ever find myself here again, in case I find myself under these same conditions. Good to know. We do it all the time. How many of you every single day go, that's good to know. If I ever need that information, I'll be glad to use it and I'll be glad I have it. But today I want to focus a little bit on social learning. Social learning. Social learning is where sometimes animals inadvertently provide information to other animals simply because they're in a group, simply because they're nearby. And two of those are stimulus. One is stimulus enhancement, and that is where I'm drawn to you because you're interacting with an object, maybe it's possibly food, or you're near it. So because you seem to have something, I want to come over there and see what you have. Hey, what do you got over there? You know, what do you have? And then there's local enhancement. Local enhancement is simply because you're there, I want to be there. How many times have you guys ever asked, what's going on over there? You happen to be outside somewhere, maybe going on a walk, and you look off in the distance and there's a group of people. And they're interacting in some way or engaged in some sort of activity, and you're thinking, hey, I wonder what's going on over there. So you now start to head over there because you want to find out what's happening. Many times we're drawn to tragic situations, accidents, fires that occur in homes and things like that. And we're drawn to it. And we call this local enhancement. But we call it enhancement for animals because typically it means if you're over there, you're typically over there for a reason. And maybe that reason is something really good, something to eat. So that's most of the situation when it comes to local enhancement. It's a little bit unlike, but on the same, kind of on the same lines, but a little bit unlike local communication. Local communication is you're already over there, and you're over there with a bunch of other animals. Kind of like you going to some big event in which there's a lot of people, and all of a sudden someone stands up and starts running to the exit, and then the next thing you know, a bunch of people start running towards the exit, and you find yourself running towards the exit, and you don't even know why. You're doing it because they're doing it. So that's really the difference in the two. Local enhancement draws me to you. I want to go to where the group is. I want to go to what's going on over there. Local communication occurs once I'm there. I've already arrived. So with these, we have a couple of things that happen here. First of all, with stimulus enhancement, how do you see that when you own dogs? Man, I tell you, if I just had $1 for every time someone explains to me or proclaims, you know, my one dog was just minding her business. She's laying over here chewing on her bone. And the other dog came over and started a fight. And she was just doing her own thing. And he has a bone too, but she had her own. So it was just totally unprovoked. Well, no, it wasn't. Here's how the whole ball got started. It could have started with local enhancement, meaning, yeah, I'm way over here, and I see you way over there. So I start heading in your direction. Hey, how you doing over there? Kind of like moving over towards the neighbor, see what the neighbor's doing over there. Then as I get close, there's some sort of stimulus, an object. What do you have? And then from there, it can certainly morph strictly and quickly into competitive aggression. I love this video here, again, shot by a wildlife photographer, did a really super good job with it. It kind of shows the whole thing. Out of the frame right now, you can barely see it in the frame here, is another wolf. This wolf had moved over to where this wolf is here from a great distance away in footage that leads up to this moment right here. And so again, that was local enhancement. You're over there. I want to see what's going on over there. But as I get close enough, I can tell that you're interacting with something. You have something. I want to know what that is. And you can see how, just like in a household, this whole thing can suddenly erupt by 3 dominoes falling, one right after the other. So here we go. So what do you have there? So moves over. I want to see what you have. In fact, I actually want what you have. So I think I'll just go ahead and take it from you. And as you can see there, and that's how a fight can definitely ensue. It definitely can. And this is what we see. So local enhancement is all about enhancing my direct fitness, my personal fitness. I wouldn't go to you unless I thought there was a good reason to go to you. And the same thing here, stimulus enhancement. I don't really care if you have anything if I don't care. So if I don't care, A, I'm not going to waste the calories to come over there, and B, I'm certainly not going to waste the calories to take what you have. But we see this sort of stuff all the time. We see it in group fights. You'll see 2 dogs get into a fight at a dog park. What happens? All of a sudden, more dogs arrive on the scene. And when they arrive on the scene, they're emboldened by the other dogs, and next thing you know, you have a full-on gang fight, or you have 12 against 1. Happens all the time. Stimulus enhancement, you bet, is usually something that will morph quickly into competitive aggression. And I also said I'm going to use all of these to lead up to why dogs leave us. Why do they leave what we think and what we thought was a perfectly good home? Why did you wander off? Why did you run off? And how did you get lost? Again, many dogs can hear dogs barking from a distance. They can see dogs from a distance. So once they get away from you, they go there. They go because of local enhancement. And then all of a sudden they find out, wow, they have stuff here. So maybe they take that stuff. But that stuff would be maybe a bowl of food that was left outside. They eat it all. Now it's gone. So now that I'm here, I hear other dogs at a distance. Well, if these dogs prove that there was food, well, then I'm off again. And they keep traveling. Typically, like stray dogs or free-ranging dogs, you'll find them wandering from dumpster to dumpster to dumpster. And next thing you know, they're 50 to 100 miles away from where they started, from your home. That's how all these things unfold. It's kind of just neat to know all these things about stimulus enhancement, local communication, because it starts to explain. Okay, so again, like yesterday, I talked about latent learning. You don't always have to reward your dog. Your dog does not always have to have an immediate, obvious reward to learn something. And sometimes all it takes is another dog at a distance or another dog interacting with an object or food. And that's enough for me to learn about what's going on. I'm gaining this information. And depending upon whether I win or lose, meaning like this wolf here, I came from local communication or local enhancement to stimulus enhancement to full-on competitive aggression. I win whatever it was in that snow. I'm a winner, you're a loser. Yes, you can count on this happening again. I'm hungry, I see another wolf at a distance, I move to that wolf, hoping for this, then hoping to win. So again, I'll be diving into all these things, guys. Tomorrow we'll be going over a few more terms that we use in social learning, where in social learning sometimes there's the absolute direct teaching. I'm going to use a signal to teach you, and you're going to learn from it. And sometimes, like in these cases, it's just inadvertent. It just happens. We have communication and we have learning taking place without direct engagement, direct involvement. Okay, if you found this beneficial, share it. You know what to do. And if you have any questions or you want to know more about social learning, stay tuned, because I'm going to be covering this over the next couple of days so that we are going to be armed. And you guys are going to be the smartest darn dog owners in the whole wide world. When you hear these terms, you see these terms, man, you can now start to apply them. And man, that's going to be a lot of fun when all of a sudden I can take some old behaviors, maybe some behaviors we've even covered in previous videos, but now apply these terms to them. And next thing you know, you're going to be here. I'll be watching you. You're going to be on the old whiteboard writing this stuff up here. So I can't wait for that day. Because again, if we can all do this and all understand, we give a whole lot of patience, a whole lot of grace, and then soon we don't have to give any of that because we have an incredible relationship with our dogs and a very well-behaved dog. Stay safe, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.